Hey, there it goes. Uh, this is this is going to be one for the ages, people. Oh man, it's a mess. All right, we um, can you guys see the chat over there? Is it on
Yep.
there?
It's
Okay.
looking good.
Yep. Yep.
All right. So here's my situation. Welcome everybody to episode 89 of Making It Up as We Go. And the shit show shows are some of the funnest ones to do. And this one is living up to the hype. I'm gonna try something here and see if I fall off the face of the earth here. There we go. I'm still there, right? We're still
Yep.
live. All right, good.
Still alive.
Yep.
All right. So
It worked so far.
yeah. So hope the audio is good enough because it's gonna have to be.
Yep.
I'm actually doing this now from my phone. So I'm in Durham, North Carolina. My mother earlier this week had heart surgery, so she had to get a valve fixed. And so my siblings and I have all been coming down here to spend a couple days to keep an eye on her and all that good stuff. And so I'm currently the only sibling down here in this hotel room. And so I was like, oh, well, I'll bring some stuff with me to do. I'll bring, so I can do some work. I can do some, do the show. I brought my microphone. I brought my camera. Brought my laptop. Brought the mini computer. All that good stuff that I use for the streaming. And so earlier today, after some visiting, I came back here and I was going to start getting everything together. And uh, I realized that I didn't have the power cord for my laptop, and my laptop's battery is garbage and it's dead. Like there's nothing I can do about it. So I was like, all right, well, I've got the mini computer and stuff. I'll just hook that up. Big two problems. One is I didn't have a monitor with me because I left it at home, and two, I didn't have a keyboard because I always set up the whole show and all that from my laptop. So I didn't need to run the show. I only need my mouse. I don't need the actual keyboard or anything. So I was like, oh, great. So I looked up the closest Best Buy and went out there, and I'm staring at a 20 open box buy that I bought, a 24-inch, Insignia that will eventually be used on one of the CNCs. But picked that up, ran over to Five Below. Oh, is that noisy? Can you hear that?
You're good.
Okay.
No.
The air conditioning just kicked on. And then had to run over to Five Below and get a cheap keyboard. And I get back here and I'm like, all right, I got to go back over and visit some more before I got to come back here and get ready for the show. So I got back here a little after 8 o'clock, and I'm getting the TV out, getting everything set up. You didn't think this dummy would remember a HDMI cable, would you?
No.
So I have not one mini computer, not two mini computers, and an apple pie, and the laptop. I have no HDMI cables to plug into anything. And I mean, I was like right there. If I would have thought about that, I could have done that. But yeah, so I started the show. I got everything done that I could on my iPad. Here, two problems. One, I don't have a charging cable for this with me. Left that at home too. Part two, beep. 10% remaining.
Batting 1,000.
Well, you would think, though, but I'm running this on my phone. Well, I need a charger for the phone. Well, I don't know if I went into the story about it last summer or not, but the last summer I was doing a solar job and I ran my phone over with a mini excavator, almost flipping it over. So it cracked the screen and all that. Well, I got the screen repaired, but during that, while I was waiting for the screen to get repaired, I never didn't bother charging it. Well, turns out I screwed up the charging port too. So you have to do one of the magnetic like charger things to make it charge. And if it dies, it's dead. Like you can't bring it back. So because I have no way to get it to charge by the port. Yeah. So I have no charger for this. And it's currently at like 7%. So I shut that off because that's how I was able to turn on the show because I can't turn it on from my phone. And I can't see any of the comments or anything. So I'm flying blind. So you guys are going to have to help me out here. And if Mr. Hammerquist shows up, I don't know how he's going to get on here, but we might be able to use if you tell me when he's there, I might be able to use a percentage or so to get him put into the show. But he was running behind tonight, so that's why there's an empty space right there. So yeah, so this is fun. This is a lot of fun.
One comment out there is, does the hotel TV have a cable on it?
I was just going to read that one.
It might. Hold on a second. Yeah, that was the other thing I thought of as I was starting to plug stuff in was, well, you big dummy, you didn't even need to buy the TV. You could have just plugged into the TV that's here. But oh well. Hold on. Let me check. I'm in a fat recliner. Is there one here? No, it's wired cable.
Bummer.
Yeah, so no, it's wired in cable. So yeah.
Well, the next one was the front desk usually has chargers and cables and stuff like that.
I can see that for people leaving the stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the show's already started.
It's all good.
We're riding this train. Yeah, we're on it. So making it up as we go is it's truly in its element right now. So yeah, good times. So well, Mr. Paul, what have you been up to?
Hey, I got my birdhouse done.
Oh, there you
go. That looks good.
And the top comes off, and it's held on with 4 magnets.
Oh, good deal.
And it just snaps right on there, and it's strong enough to hold it like that. Cool. And I got my name on it.
There you go.
So yeah. So now all I got to do is I'm going to make a bracket. This is set up so you could like attach it to a wall or something. And I'm going to make a bracket so I can put it on a tree. And in fact, I was just playing around with little things. I mean, like this will go on here.
Yeah.
And then there'll be 4 of them and hooked together, and I can just set it down in the bracket.
Sweet.
But yeah, that's what I've been working on.
That's awesome. It's a good project.
Yeah. Found it on Maker's World.
There you go.
Or Maker World, yeah.
Whatever.
Birds are going to love it.
Yeah. The birds better not mess it up.
Oh. Aldridge probably should have bought a laptop power supply instead of the TV.
Well, I didn't. Well,
you didn't know.
Yeah. Well, the TV is fine though because I bought a for the Ranger CNC, I bought a what I thought was a 14-inch touchscreen, and when it came in, it was not a touchscreen, and so I sent that back, and that was like $80 or something like that. So this one, if you want a cheap TV to do like CNC stuff, as a display or whatever,
Mhm.
dude, it's a 24-inch Insignia, and the price on it was $59 or something like that. I
Not
got
bad.
it as an open box buy. They had tons of them as open box buys. And this one in particular said that it was missing screws, which I'm assuming was for the little feet that the monitor or the TV sits on, and so they had it marked down to $38.
Wow.
Yeah, so 24-inch brand new TV for $38.
Can't beat that.
Okay,
No.
yeah, and all that's ever going to be run on it's like G Center, so I mean, who cares? I mean, I thought about going back and getting another one. They had
While you're at it, pick up a HDMI cord.
HDMI cord. Yeah, well, it won't matter after tonight. So I got 13 million of them there at the house. Well, I opened it up. I opened up the TV, and I think somebody that returned it said that it didn't have the screws in there, um, because uh, the screws were in the box. So it's a fine little TV, assuming that you could put an HDMI cord on it. But yeah, so that's going to be fun and exciting. Yeah. What about you, Sean?
Well, been at a train show all day today. Yesterday was set up. All week I've been preparing for it, so cutting modules and miscellaneous. Um, it's great. I've been loving it. Meeting a lot of good people. Haven't had a chance to run trains. I was able to run. I picked up a little engine. I was going to show it, but apparently I left it at the show.
Oh,
Yeah, and scale. It's okay. It's on my table. Hopefully, it's still there. And I was able to run a train for about 5 minutes. Just make sure it works, and that's it so far. But the downfall is, you sell a couple things, and it's like you see something, you
yeah.
you, you kind of see something.
Oh, jeez.
And you have money.
Yeah, a little extra spending money. But I couldn't turn down the deal. It's a G scale. Um, it's a Rock Island. It's like the F7 engine. So it's going to be neat to see. Does it run? I'm not sure yet. I'm afraid to test it, but I mean, if it doesn't, we can fix it real easily. But here, give you an idea. It's hard to see with the black. I'll do the engine. That's my favorite. There we go. Give you an idea of the size. Well, I can't even. I have to
Wow.
back up.
Yeah, that's pretty good size.
If we can get closer. But it's been repainted, but whoever did it did a beautiful job.
Huh. Very nice.
So yeah,
Yeah, it was nice.
love the hood on this one. So yeah, I got that today. I had to, you got to spend a little at a show, and that's pretty much about it. Other than that, after the show, I've got to go out and cut a couple specialty things, and so it's going to be another late night.
Hey, there you go.
But it's all good. It is all good.
Nice.
Had a good day.
Very nice. Mr. Hammerquist, what about you?
He's speechless.
He is. He is. That's all good. Well, for me, like I said, I've been. Well, I came down here on Friday, but besides that, been working my tail off still on the Ranger CNC. Um, was getting some jigs done earlier this week for being able to put the logos and stuff like that on there. I'd show a picture, but I'm using my phone to stream right now. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it. Yeah, so the Ranger CNC's come along really well. Just taking a little bit longer than I had hoped it would, but um, it's almost there. So trying to design all these crazy parts and bits and pieces to get everything together is it's fun. It's challenging. It's definitely a different way of thinking about how to make something. Because like if I was making one for myself, I would have been done weeks ago. But because I want to be able to produce them, it's a completely different mindset that you have to look at everything for. So like just this little guy here, this is a bracket for the Arduino Uno. Um, and if I was just making something for myself, I would have just made a block, and thrown it on there and said, hey, it's good enough. Well, this is like revision 4 or 5 of this little bracket by itself, to make sure that, like you got these little pillows that are angled in where the screw holes go. And that's because of the solder joints as they come through and all that, like, making sure that you're not fouling any of that stuff, and all that. So everything's a little bit different and changed on each one. So
It's a good looking standoff.
yeah, it works out pretty good. Um, Pretty happy with that. There's doing stuff with the laser. Cutting cutting stuff for everything to fit in there, and go. The one piece, the one gantry piece, is a two-sided milling operation. So, most everything gets cut out on the one. It will be cut out eventually on the Ranger CNC that I'm building, uh, and then you got to flip it over, and there's a groove that you need to put in. I need to put in there for it attaches to the drag chain for that side, and the wiring that comes around to it. And I stole my son's Jinmitsu 4040 that Mr. Gatton gave to him, because it was like the perfect size for doing this. And I set it up as its own jig and got everything aligned up and centered right, and yeah, got that all ready to go. So it's working good. It's a good little machine. We've used it a couple times when he first got it, but then he's kind of gotten more into the 3D printing side. I think that the noise of the routers and stuff like that kind of bothers him. So he doesn't really have a problem with me stealing it at the moment. Plus, I don't know if he knows that I stole it at the moment. But yeah, it's good. So it's coming along. Um, I'm shooting for another 2 weeks, to be able to have that ready to go. But we'll see. We'll see. So this week everything is ready. Like the gantry's all ready to get put together, and the video shot on that as it goes together. I had to do some additional brackets, 3D printed brackets that are going to go with it, to get those on there beforehand. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, it's continual, but it's getting there. I'm really excited about it. The Facebook group, more people are joining that by the day, so that's pretty cool. I'm loving the support. I really appreciate it. I think it's going to be a pretty cool machine, especially now that well, our friend Mr. Gatton doesn't produce any more of his kits, and the Bob CNC isn't producing theirs anymore. There's a hole for people that want a plywood machine, I think. So, and with what I've got coming, I think it's going to be a pretty cool machine. So,
Well, what's that
looking
saying?
for
When two doors shut, one door opens.
yeah, something like that. I'm, well, a door might open and I'll fall down the stairs or something. I mean,
At least it opened.
yeah. It opened. Unfortunately, it was on an airplane.
Oh,
There's Paul Jr. right there.
Oh, is he? All right, let me try to get him.
Yeah, if you can get him in.
Let me see what I can get done here. Let me let me hop in here. Oh, where am
you
I
know,
at?
while you're doing that, I found it. I set it on the table.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, oh,
Talk,
neat.
talk about going from
Nice.
one extreme to the other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, it is a little guy.
yes, it is.
I like this one. It's like early BNSF.
Let's see here. I'm working on it, Mr. Hammerquist.
You should be able to, if you can see him on the phone, you can.
No, I got it. Let's see here. Replace him. Um, where are we at? Yeah, there we go. And place there. There he is.
Hey,
Hey,
Hello.
hey, Ryan, Raymond Dixon wants to know, who did you order your CNC kit from? I don't think they realize that you're making the kit. And
Yeah.
John Thompson wants to know what the cutting area is.
The yeah. So the Ranger CNC is it's a kit that I'm designing and will be producing, um, and hopefully more than just I will enjoy it because I think it's going to be a great machine. The cutting area there. So in the plans that I'm working on, that I was supposed to be working on this weekend, but that's not going to happen. uh, there's three different size machines that I'm specifying that you can build. So they're all with a 4 foot wide cutting width in them. So the gantry on all the machines is the same. It's only the depth that's going to be changing. So you can either do a 2x4, a 4x4, or a 5x4. And the 5x4 is because I ordered the wrong rails myself.
oh,
And I figured since I had to do stuff for mine, I might as well make that out there too. But it's great for if you like, if you cut, like I like cutting Baltic birch and come in 5x5 sheets. So I can cut the full width of one with that machine. So yeah, the plans are going to include building the table because it is actually including the plans for building a table to go with it. It's all integral and it's rock solid. It's a really sturdy machine so far. So I think everybody will be pretty happy with it once we start really showing it. But yeah. Hopefully that answers that question. You can, like I said, I can't hit the button on here because I'm on my phone. But if you search out Ranger CNC on Facebook, you'll see the group there, and you can join that if you are interested. So, it'd be pretty cool. So, Mr. Hammerquist, how you doing, buddy?
Tired.
Yeah.
We went skating. So
Oh
my
yeah.
daughter, we got her roller skates, and so I was like, "Let's get me some rollerblades."
oh,
Yeah. So we lost track of time. So we've been out skating for the past couple hours.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my feet are killing me.
I'm sure.
Are you good enough on rollerblades to where you don't embarrass yourself?
Yeah, like I had knee pads and wrist pads because hey, I'm in my 40s. I know I'm not 20 anymore, and we're skating in a parking lot.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I was, yeah, but I there were probably 2 or 3 times I was like, "You're 40. Stop trying to do anything fancy and just skate." Well,
Straight line.
yeah. Well, rink it, just go around in an oval. There's just, used to jump off ramps and, hop curbs and, think I was good, but, not doing any grinding or anything like that. So,
That's cool.
yeah.
You make anything this week?
I printed this.
Okay.
And it's a paint shaker. So
what?
A spray paint can shaker.
Oh, okay.
So I have the nut that's going to go through in here into the drill, and then the M nuts that go in there and weatherproofing there, and then you put it on the drill and it spins and shakes your can of paint.
Oh, nice.
I had a bad visual of this stuff just going everywhere.
So, and that's so I can test these out properly.
Ah.
So it's not me it's not me getting lazy, and not wanting to shake the can for 2 minutes.
I want to build a thing to shake up craft paint and have it not go all over my workshop.
Mhm.
So come up with one of those, would you?
Yeah.
I've seen them take sawzalls and attach a deal to the sawzall.
Yeah.
Well, I've done that,
Oh.
and I did that with a spray can one time, and the teeth on the sawzall cut into the side of the spray paint, and that makes a mess. But I haven't had it happen with the craft paint, just for the spray paint. And so you got to make sure you tape the teeth up.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes good sense.
Yeah.
I hate it when my craft paint goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there.
I was trying to get it up, so let's see if I can change this a little.
Yep. There you go.
Hey, there you go.
So, so if it spins, won't the ball just go to the other side and sit on the drill? So the drill's here, so it should let the ball go up and down on this version of it. There was another version I saw that people were complaining about that. So we'll see. It's better than, me going, it's good, and start spray painting, After 3 seconds, I'm like, that's good enough.
Harry says he rolled a can down his driveway this morning and it seemed to work fine.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, I don't know about you, but I only shake my paint for about 3 seconds too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I roll mine. I don't shake it. I roll it.
Hey, remember, we're all older now. I already said we're in our 40s, not in our 20s anymore.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to shake my can for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been up way too long and done too much exercise.
Good times. Good times. Well, I guess we'll get started. You'll have to tell me what the videos are that I put in there because I don't remember and I can't see any of it.
Oh, how are we going to switch screens?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
We can just do it this way.
Look, Steve's joining us now. Hi, Steve.
We can't hear you, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, we get a copyright strike if we hear you talking right now. So
this kind of works.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Ventari's workshop. Steve out there. He got himself one of the Omni ones. So it's pretty cool laser. Dave over there at the Clack Jacks had one for a little bit, and now Steve has one too. And he was showing some cool stuff that he was playing around with. That video is like a first impressions video. Oh yeah, I always forget to say it, but any of the videos that we talk about are down in the description. and I worked really hard on my iPad to get all that stuff in there. So please click on those and go check them out. But anyways, yeah, they're down there if you want to go check them out and you haven't seen them already. But yeah, so Steve got the Omni one, and he goes over just kind of like a first thoughts and impressions on it, and playing around with some stuff. I thought it was cool that he engraved a banana and an orange. And
Miss that.
yeah. On the orange, he put, "This is an orange." And I thought it would have been funnier if he would have put, "This is not a test. It is an orange." But yeah, that's such a cool machine, though.
I'd love to have one.
Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. The stuff that it can engrave and do is pretty neat.
I love the coins these guys are turning out with these.
Yeah.
Just beautiful, especially the 3D art in them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the dot size of those lasers is ridiculously small. I mean, it's crazy how detailed they can get. Yeah, so pretty cool machine. So hopefully we'll see some more of it pretty soon, and we'll keep on watching.
So that's a fiber, right?
I guess it's considered a galvo laser, but it's ultraviolet or ultra.
That UV laser.
UV laser.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what it was. So, yeah. But I think he refers to it as like a galvo style, which I don't have any experience with, but they're pretty neat to look at.
Apparently, this one's only 5 watts.
Yeah, it's not. I guess with the UV, it doesn't need to be super strong. So he did the pants. He did like a cat face on the back of a pants pocket. And, that was pretty cool.
Find it here.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
He got out that marking paddle. That paddle is so that you can actually see like where it's framing out and stuff like that. I was waiting for him to make some remark, but he's got a clean channel, so he doesn't like that.
Where's the cat? I think he's got it right. Here it is.
Yeah, there's the cat.
Yeah.
That turned out pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
And it doesn't like burn through the cloth or anything. It just obliterates the dye in that top layer. So.
Oh, here, it's a different laser for sure. Yeah, still learning about it.
Yeah.
Steve, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. You don't see the outline on the pants.
Yeah, unless you hold the little paddle on it.
That's slick. Very ingenious, Steve.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So.
Is he making? Why would you poke holes in the can? Oh, never mind.
Showing that it can actually cut some metal, like real thin aluminum. But coasters are pretty sweet. Like it's not really getting very deep into them, but the color changes right there.
Look how fast it is for 5 watts. That just blows me out of the water and the speed.
Steve, I got something that I want you to try with this laser, and it's actually part of a video later in the video that we're talking about. But the welcome mat. I want to see the welcome mat on that. You wouldn't be able to do a big thing on it because of how big that laser is, but to see it do those fibers would be pretty cool. Because I think it would do a good job. Offhand, we'll see.
That and pancakes.
Pancakes would be pretty cool. Yeah, you could burn up. Well, it didn't that Harambe Cheeto sell for like $40,000 the other day?
Oh, wow.
Some Cheeto that looked like a Harambe picture of him hanging on a tree or something. I don't know.
Well, I'm just waiting until all restaurants have those, to like We're going to specially engrave your food for you.
Yeah. Here's
Yeah.
happy birthday.
I did a pumpkin pie. It turned
Yeah.
out really cool.
Yeah.
It's not like burnt pumpkin, but
A Pop-Tart. Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Well, let's move on to our next one here.
Yeah, Steve said, to test on a Pop-Tart next. Or he forgot to test on a Pop-Tart.
Yeah. The glass is pretty sweet too, because it's not like if you do regular glass on a CO2 laser, you get kind of chippy and shards going at the fractures in it. But this doesn't do that. So
And don't you also have to do spray paint or some kind of with a CO2?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've not tried.
Diode, yes. Well, Diode doesn't do glass mixing on it.
Yeah.
You can use like a Cerakote if you want it black on glass, which is pretty cool. But if you go to just like engrave on it, it literally just fractures, small fractures in the glass.
Oh, that's got to be food safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you clean it up.
Oh, I know, but still fracturing glass, micro glass.
Oh yeah, you're getting it.
Yeah.
This is just awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's totally really cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to give it a try and play with one. But we don't have that following.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's move on to the next one then. We got, this thing was really cool. What is it? Nick something or other.
Ivana.
Yeah.
Ivanta.
So he designed a wall plotter for, to put up murals on walls or whatever. And there's some like commercially available, but they all have their drawbacks and stuff. And so he has spent I think he says the last 2 years working on this project. And it reminded me a lot of the Maslow CNC machine, because you're running belts off of 2 screws or whatever, and it's got a home and do all this stuff. But really cool project. And you 3D print out the chassis for it and all that stuff, and it goes together and it'll do artsy stuff on the wall. So he shows a bunch
of the servos with it.
Yeah, he's got NEMA 17 motors, and then there's there's a servo in it that will lift the pen up and down. But it looks like it's like an RC car size servo. It's pretty cool. You start with the belts all retracted and stuff like that, and and then you tell it how big it is, and it'll go out and do it. Or there's a little more work he's got to do, I think, on the sizing or in the programming area, because just like with the Maslow, when they were doing it, the first versions of the Maslow, where they had the bricks hanging off the ends, as you get to the extremes left and right, the further out from the center you get, it gets a little distorted. So he actually shows some picture that he did, like it was a rectangle, and like the center is a little bit narrower than the outsides. It kind of blows out. Yeah, it's when you see it on full screen, it's you can obviously see it kind of bowing up and out, but it seems like it's really repeatable. But man, I thought of all kinds of cool uses for that thing. If you did like doing murals on a wall, like you hang that thing up, you have it do your outlines for you and paint away. When I used to do murals in my younger days, I'd have to get one of those like an overhead projector or an opaque projector and shine that up on the wall to get it to do what I wanted it to. But this, it's like a new version of that.
Well, and you could scale that because, down in Deep Ellum, where I used to be from, the guys would have forked scissor lifts, and, you're outside.
Yeah.
Doing murals on side of buildings, and, they got their piece of paper, outlining, if you can make that big enough to do a real wall outside, and that would save time.
Oh yeah.
And I know one of the complaints they saw, because there is another machine, but it's on the ground with 4 wheels that would do murals for indoor, but it would spray paint and do the actual mural, not just outline it. You know, it was a $15,000-$20,000 machine.
Yeah.
But it was like, I know that caused a big uproar of, well, is that art? You know, so there was that fun conversation.
Some dude sold a banana taped to a wall.
Yeah.
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 And they have to change a banana every week or two.
Yeah. I don't know if what I just saw though too was also if this was like recent or not, or if it's a little bit older. But I actually saw a thing from some fashion show. They made the dress on the runway. So the lady walks out and she's got her undies on, and she walks out into the middle of the thing and stands there. And they come at her with these like chop guns looking things. Like it looks like they're shooting like fiberglass at her, but it's all sticking and all that. And they're building it up in different areas. And they gave her straps, and then the I guess the designer lady came out and she cut some stuff and she cut a slit in, and it was like a full on dress. It was wild.
Huh.
Like, man, that's crazy. I'll have to find that because that would have been a good now for something different thing, but we got enough of that this week. Oh man, but yeah, so yeah, this plotter is pretty cool. It'll be a fun project to make. It doesn't look like it'll be very expensive either. I mean, especially if you have like an Ender 3 running around that's not doing anything anymore. Steal those motors off of there, and you got half of it right there. So maybe make it print out the stuff before you take it apart. But it'd be kind of mean. Here you go. Make your figure out your place.
We're making your coffin.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's a pretty cool project. So go check that thing out. All right. Well, moving on. We had Steve, and now we also have Dave. So Dave had surgery like a week or so ago, I think, at this point, to clean up some stuff in his back or something. And so he's been recovering, but he's obviously feeling a lot better because he's put out like 5 videos this week.
I think it's the meds.
He's been busy. Yeah. So he's got he started a new playlist. So this is the video that's down there is just kind of introducing it, but it's a Lightburn playlist of tutorials on doing the newest stuff in Lightburn. So he's trying to keep them all to about 20 minutes or less, and diving into different areas. So the first one he put out was about the introduction to it, and then he did one on just an overview of what is going on in Lightburn and stuff like that, and I think he did another 1 or 2 after that. So I mean he's been busy. So definitely if you I'm watching them all because I know a little bit about Lightburn, and I know enough just to make my stuff work. But I already, even from the introduction one, I was like, ooh, there's probably 10 things that I didn't know. And now I will have to implement into my future stuff using Lightburn. So
yeah, I've transitioned, or I'm transitioning from RDCam to this.
Yeah.
RDCam. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna pay attention to his videos.
Yeah.
I might know some of it, but I guarantee I don't know all of it.
Oh, there's so much that it does. It's crazy stuff in there. Yeah, so definitely a good group of videos to start watching on Clack's channel. Also, if you're not aware, Clack and Steve do a show on Sunday nights. So at
Tomorrow night.
yep, 8 o'clock Eastern, I think it is. It usually goes about 2 hours or so, and talking about lasers and whatever else is going on. So uh, if you want some good knowledge, those are two guys that have a lot of knowledge about it. So go check them out.
And guess who's in the chat? That sexy guy. He had to do some yard work today.
Oh, there you go.
No time for videos.
No, I was slacking today then.
Could have done both. Yeah, the yard work and some videos.
Yeah. Do
videos
about
of
yard work.
yard
Yeah.
There we go.
That's an awesome place.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't even done one video in 3 weeks.
You feeling okay?
Well, the rest of my house hasn't been feeling okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, all 3 girls have been sick.
Oof.
Yeah, so yeah, it's been fun. And then people on vacation at work, so hey.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah. Plus, I'm having fun.
There you go.
couldn't do much. Doctor has me on limited to 20 pounds. I was going to say something, but I better be nice.
So was I.
Good times. All right. Well, let's move on then to our next one here. We got Gunflint. But is it? I forget what his full channel name is. Is Gunflint? What is it there, Sean?
Designs, Gunflint Designs.
It is Gunflint Designs.
Yes.
But he admits that his thumbnail was a little bit clickbaity. But I thought it was a really cool idea. Like, somebody should really do this. It was a craft show. He was saying something. I went to a craft show for men, and which it was a gun show. But man, like, doing a craft show for guys would be pretty cool. I wonder if anybody has done that out there. I mean, most of the craft shows that are out there are let's face it. I think most of the craft shows are focused more around the female folk, and but like one that's focused around guy stuff. This Gunflint guy, he does that. What he's showing right there is a speed loader for
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
For different pew-pews, and shows how it works and all that stuff. But a beautiful piece, really is. Constructed out of 2 pieces of 3/4 inch material. He CNCs out the both pieces, and then puts them together. And I guess the speedy parts are underneath there, so as you're pushing them in, that they won't fly out or what have you. But he was going to this show. He's evidently gone to it for the last 4 years, and has done really, really well the last 4 years. And this year was not a good experience for him. So, but he said everybody there, it was not a good experience for. But there was lots of people, but not a whole lot of buyers, and they had some bad weather too. But he shows a couple of the products that he was taking there to it. Those loaders are one of them, and he talks about what happened while he was there. So it's pretty cool.
What's interesting is one of my friends here, Matt. He does these, and that's all he's been doing for years. Are these speed loaders, and he's been doing really good with those. He's been doing them for the last, I want to say 8 years, maybe 9.
Yeah.
And it takes them all over to a bunch of shows.
Yeah, I think he was saying that he sells them for like $70 or so, something like that. And I mean, it's not a super complicated CNC job.
Nope.
I mean, you want to use some nice wood so it looks nice, but Yeah, I mean, it looks like it'd be a good product. I wouldn't mind. I know my brother-in-law would love them. So I might have to design one and make one for him.
Yeah, when I was back doing that stuff, I probably, if I was still doing it now, I'd probably make one. But when I had the kids, things changed. House cleaned out, you know.
Oh yeah,
One hobby went from that, but I used to be an avid collector of pew pews,
yeah.
and when the kids came along, it's like that's when I changed everything, and I traded all the pew pews, and now I have my CNC router and my laser, and yeah,
The initials changed from AR to CO.
yeah. But yeah, yeah, it was good times. It was fun. I lived in an area where it was the desert,
Yeah.
so yeah.
So
But
good
this
look,
was
good
this
looking
was
Onefinity he's got there, Elite. Hey, good video. Walks through how he makes stuff and all that. That was pretty cool. That was like a display stand.
well, I thought it was an instant cleaner.
Yeah, that's what I thought as soon as I saw it. But those are actually like rods of an arrow.
Oh,
So,
pistol.
so yeah, so you put the pew pew. You make it eat
Yeah,
it, and depending on how big it is, you put it in different holes or whatever. So
that's a slick idea.
yeah, it's pretty cool. A nice little display board. Yeah, pretty sweet. So all right, well we'll move on then. What do we got now? Ah, Jerry. Is Jerry out in the shop, out in the chat tonight? Have you guys seen him?
No, I haven't seen him yet.
No.
Yeah, yeah. He,
He's
if you can see the pics, use the bathroom mirror.
Oh, there you go.
oh,
I don't know what y'all were talking about, but
The it Paul, it's a real good night to roast me because I can't see any of the comments. So if there hasn't been forklift or scoreboard comments, they're coming. I'm sure. Oh, I do have a trailer update to tell everybody about, but I'll remind me and I'll tell everybody about the trailer update because that became its own shit show this past couple weeks. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Well, Jerry, 3DHP out there. He's did a little teaser video. He's got what is it, the 3040 Prover or something like one of that style machines. Jinmitsu sent him out the extension kit to make it into a 4x4 machine. So he's going to be doing
that's cool.
doing some videos on changing it from little itty bitty guy to a big guy. So that's pretty cool. It's nice how but it's different because we were talking about the Jinmitsu 4x4, like that Paul's workshop I had and put together over the last few weeks. This one is a little bit different, even though it ends up becoming the same thing, because it's an upgrade kit to an existing CNC. It doesn't have the linear rails on it, I don't think, and so things are a little bit different. But it'll be fun to see how it all goes together and goes from there. So pretty cool. He's excited about it. That'll be fun to see. So get after it, Jerry.
Yeah.
All right. We'll move on then. Yeah. So Paul, have you seen about this that they're the new updates to G Sender?
nope.
So they're I guess they're putting a coat of paint on it. They said. So I don't know who this guy is, but he works
That's
for CNC.
Chris.
Is it Chris? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the him. He's one of the co-founders.
Okay.
Cool.
So he I guess is taking more of the lead on the G Sender side of things, from what it sounds like from in this video. But they're doing an update to G Sender, and if you're not aware of what G Sender is, it's a G-code sender. Free. Anybody can use it as long as you're using the Gerbil-based controllers and all that stuff. You can use G-Sender, and it's a really good, nice. It's a clean, aesthetically pleasing G-Sender setup. Even Mr. Hammerquist has a video of putting it onto a Raspberry Pi 4, I believe it was.
Yes, and now that video is outdated.
Yep.
Because Pi updated and the library for the what was it? It was a graphical issue that wasn't allowing it to install. Now it should work, they're saying. And this is actually they forked I forget what it's called.
Well, the new Raspberry Pi stuff?
No, so G-Sender is just a fork of I'm trying to remember.
Oh yeah,
of another program. I did a video on that one too.
There you go.
3D printer has rotted my brain on CNC.
Oh,
Too many fumes.
Yeah. Well, guess what I have on this Raspberry Pi 3 that I can't do because I don't have the HDMI cord for it. Brought it with me. Yeah. I had just gotten it up and going on that one. Yeah.
So, but didn't he say they were going to rebuild it from the ground up? Was that what he was saying? I read. I saw like the first maybe minute or two.
He describes it as putting a coat of paint on it. So I think it was just changing stuff around. I think you can actually download it right now because like as their Edge download or whatever, but it's not
Beta.
Yeah,
it's basically beta.
Yeah, it's not the finished version of it or whatever. But I mean, from what you see on the screen here, it looks very similar to what they have now. But I guess there's a little bit. They've done some tweaks to it to make it better. Yeah, so
it is a good software when it works.
Yeah,
and some people have had issues with it on the lower end Pis. So
yeah. It took me a couple times to get it to go on this one, and it's not. Well, I didn't even have time. That's why I brought it with me because I was going to try to fiddle around with it and get it up and going because the visualizer screen was not showing up. But I know they have some fixes that you can do to get that working on the Pi. But any Windows machine, Macs, decode or G-Sender.
Yeah. Well, and also I wonder if they've also fixed. There was an issue with screens under 6 inches.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Yeah.
Andy says they updated all underlying code to future-proof it.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty sweet.
It's bothering me what they forked it off of.
I don't remember, but it'll look good when it's running on my $38 TV. Do you like the curtains? I think the curtains in here are pretty nice. I mean, it's a good.
They remind me of the 70s.
It's an interesting little hotel. It's it's Duke University down here, but this hotel, it's like a little rectangle, and they have like almost a parking garage on the bottom floor, and the spaces are so close together. I rented a car to come down here. I didn't drive my truck, and I'm really glad that I did that because I would not have been able to park my truck down here. There's no room in these. I mean, even I'm driving a little Honda CRV, and it's tight in the parking spaces here. So I'm glad to not have brought my big giant truck down.
Hey, Ryan, Dave asked, did you have to pay by the hour?
No, no,
Maybe I
no.
should let that one alone.
It's not one of those hotels.
And thank you, Harry. Yes, CNCJS was what G Cinder was based off of.
Gotcha. So
No, my CNC machine has not become a catch-all.
it's not an assembly table.
Not
It's a
even.
storage table.
It's a. Oh yeah. Well, I'm working on that project over here, but I'm needed that space for something else. So it's just a project catcher.
It's all good. You'll get on it.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, our next one is Andy Hout. We talked about him a couple weeks ago. With it, he's done another clock.
This one's cool.
Yeah.
He's really stepped it up. Like the video on this one is really cool. The beautiful screen captures, which I did go back and he does have a 40-something minute long video on building the motion, the camera motion thing.
Mm.
A lot of it I didn't understand, but it was it sounded pretty thorough on figuring it out. But pretty neat. But yeah, so he made another clock. I would. This dude has so much soldering to do. If you don't know how to solder and you start this project, you're going to know by the time that you're done. Whew. But he has really stepped it up. So he's done a bunch of 3D printed jigs to do the wiring and stuff like that. Because the little the LEDs, they're too close together just being on the strip, so you have to separate them and put them on this grid. Well, you have what, 3 wires going to each side of each light. So instead of cutting them all individually, he's got like jigs to cut the wires all the same length, and then you put them into this little thing and push it together, and it curls them to the right dimensions and stuff like that. It's a really well thought out process from what you can see on here. I think he should have just designed it so that you didn't have to cut anything, and it would have been made life a whole lot easier. But
So well done.
yeah, it's
Oh my God.
and his videos are going to get really big, I think, because of the filmography that he does in this stuff is pretty awesome. So very enjoyable to watch. Yeah, look at him.
And that's
Tinning
just
all of them.
tinning them.
Yeah,
200. What was that? 240.
56 of them or something like that. I mean, it's 200 and something or other.
See, so 243
Yeah, okay.
Times 3.
times.
No, it's all together, I think.
Now on the wires, yeah, times 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so 243 lights, and then times 3, and then times 2 because he tins it, and then he has to wire them all up.
Yep.
Each individual one. Holy smokes!
Yeah.
I'm tired thinking of that.
Yeah.
But it's so worth
See,
it.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
if it would have been me, though, I would have found the lights that are wider apart, and then he could have made the light
scoreboard?
sections that divide everything, and it would have pushed them down, which would have brought them closer together or something like that. But
Could have made a scoreboard.
yeah, could have made a scoreboard. would have been nice. He might do that. You never know.
True.
He definitely could. So it's good times.
Oh yeah. Where's it up here?
Yeah, very very well done though. And then I love these motion time lapses that he does. They're really cool. Changing colors and different times and stuff.
Yeah, that's memorizing. I like it.
Yeah, it's really neat. So, very cool video. Very cool. All right, well, we'll move on then.
Planet 3DP.
Oh yeah, I see this one. It's a really short video. It's only like 3 minutes long, and I was trying to watch it before the show started, and I just didn't get to it. But if I understand it correctly, it looks like Bambu is getting involved with these people,
Oh, this is
and
cool, actually.
they're it's like little electronic robots or something like that. So I don't know if Bambu is going to supply some of these things, like as their kits, like with the benchy, the little boats that you can make with the A1 or whatever, um, or what. But that was kind of the impression I was getting as I was before I could even watch this. But it looks
So
pretty neat.
what it looks like is you buy the electronics kit and then you 3D print the rest yourself.
Yeah, just like the other stuff from like the clock and all that stuff when you buy
Yeah.
ones.
And
Oh,
do you even want to know, Ryan?
Yeah. It's got to be a good one.
Wonder if those
There's two of
forklifts
them.
come with brakes.
They do. I bet you they do.
that was really good.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Who was that one?
Aldrich.
Aldrich.
Oh, and Dwayne. Yeah.
Dwayne.
Good one, Dwayne. That was a good one. That's awesome. Hey, the forklift is the least of the projects, though. I need a second person around to help me bleed the brakes. As soon as I can bleed the brakes, it's done. So batteries are even charged.
You can't get your son to help you bleed the brakes?
I can't get my son off playing video games. No.
Take his power cord and tell him you need it for the laptop.
Yeah, tell him. He might throw something at me if I try that. Oof.
Oh,
Yeah, that boy takes his video games very seriously. We actually brought down.
Ooh, a tank.
Yeah, when I was coming down here, getting ready to leave, he printed out. I think I showed it. Maybe I showed it. Maybe I didn't. He 3D printed out some flower pots, and so he gave me one to give to Grandma. And so it's this green snail, and since we're at Duke, its name is Duke, which made my mom laugh, and evidently is a big hit around all the nurses and stuff like that because everybody thinks it's very cute. So, yeah.
Duke.
Yep. So, all right. Well, we'll move on then, since that one was a little. I need to go back and watch that one again.
I'm keeping that one up.
Yeah.
3D OCD.
Yeah, 3D OCD. So this, I just didn't have time. As soon as I saw this video, I wanted to print this thing out. I just hadn't had a moment to do it yet. Uh, he said he wanted to make something truly useful, and man, this is awesome. It's a protractor, circle templates, um, uh, small ruler,
Yeah.
stuff like that, all together, angle finder type thing. And it prints out on two plates. You don't need to have a multicolor printer to do it because you can stop it at different layers to print out the different colors and go. So it's a really cool design, and I'm going to print one out next week when I get back to the house. But pretty sweet. So definitely check that thing out. Very well.
That looks good with multicolor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the text came out really great.
Yeah, I think he uses 4 colors altogether.
Yeah.
But they're all, like I said, they're all layer height. So even if you don't have, a multicolor printer, you can still print this thing out because you just tell the printer to stop at whatever particular layer, and change out the color, and it'll do all the different contrasting colors. So, but goes together real nice and easy, and is a really cool design.
It's a nice tool.
Yeah, I think it'll be very useful. Good stuff. All right. Cutting
gloves. Yeah.
So he's bought 9 CNCs over the last bunch of years, ranging from hobby machines to a shop saver that's $70,000, and then there's this $300,000 machine. $300,000 for a CNC. I can't imagine spending that much money on it.
Apparently, he spent $478,000 on 9 machines.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you got to think too. Of 370 of it is 2 machines.
Yeah.
But it seems like he likes the hobby machines the best. Like if you listen to the way he talks about the big machines in the video, he I think overall he prefers the hobby size because they're easier to work on and use. He was talking at one point about the $300,000 machine where it doesn't even give you a preview of what you're cutting.
Oh lordy.
Yeah.
You would expect it to do everything, including wipe your nose.
Yeah. It better make me dinner. Because that is
That's a huge machine.
Yeah. The big one has like 2 cutting heads on it, so like an IDEX type of thing, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. But you're talking about industrial use there for this.
Oh yeah, I mean the amount of stuff that they're cranking out at that place has got to be insane. I mean, it has to be able to need to get a $300,000 machine.
Oh yeah.
But the cutting that thing would do. He said like to make a change on something will take him a half hour, 45 minutes. Where if on the hobby machine it would take like 5 minutes. To get something going. But pretty wild. Yeah, look at that.
Oops.
Control board. That thing's crazy. It's got lots of buttons on it.
Looks like fun.
Yeah. The only problem is the bed isn't big enough to keep all my projects on it.
There you go.
And see, my projects would just fly off if it moved that fast.
I wonder how much that thing weighs. I mean,
yeah.
It has to weigh multiple thousands of pounds.
I bet you it's sitting on its own slab.
I wouldn't doubt it either.
Yeah.
That thing's it's got like 8-inch dust collection. Yeah, that was the funny part I thought about the whole thing is he's like dust collection sucks no matter what size machine it is. Yeah, sure does.
It even has yellow safety rail around the side of it.
Yeah.
OSHA approved.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that thing. Oh, it's nuts. I just imagine that gantry coming forward at you. And you're not paying attention. It'll knock you sideways.
Give me a second. I'm going to bend down and tie my shoe.
Yeah.
And
knock you 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, hence the yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty wild though. Neat machine. Neat machines, all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his hobby machines. I think the one was the Shapeoko, and then the other one was the Onefinity. But,
he even had an alt mill in there.
Oh, did he? Oh, maybe that's what it was. It was the alt mill.
It's an alt mill. I think that's the Shapeoko.
Yeah, the Shapeoko and alt mill. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty sweet.
That's carbide crate guys, right? Shapeoko. Yeah. This Shapeoko.
Yeah. pretty cool. Good times. Fun machines. Well, here's what I was talking about. What I want to see Steve try with that Omni One laser is those types of doormats. So Kim and Garrett make it. I guess got a request to do some doormats, and so they were using them on the CO2 lasers, and came up with some good tips. If you're going to try these, the biggest tip was wet it down.
Yeah.
They were like, you don't need to soak it, but you do need to wet it because it will catch fire immediately.
You'll pull one of my stunts.
Yeah, yeah. They were like, do not walk away from the machine while this thing's going. Blah blah blah. It will catch fire if you're not watching it. So, but they had some really cool ideas with it. Like they were taking their door rounds and putting that design onto a doormat, which could make a really cool combo type of
Awesome.
type thing.
Yeah.
They said as a business, like trying to do it with the CO2 is not worth it because each one takes like an hour to do. But as a specialty item, it would be pretty cool. Like, you talk to that would be. I think this would be really huge with real estate agents.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Customized mats.
hey, the Lovitts, welcome home, the Lovitts. Give them their first doormat for their house. Yeah, I think that would be pretty big. And you sell it for what $50 or so as a personalized item for them. But yeah, I think real estate agents would eat that up, or home builders, and people. So yeah, there they are soaking it down. Doesn't need a whole lot. I could imagine that you'd want to clean your machine before you start doing this because
You know what? I bet not. I don't know why this came to mind, but the borax mix.
Yeah, that probably would help even make it darker. Yeah.
Yeah.
There could be some really cool tests with it.
Yeah.
They didn't try anything like that. They just did straight laser on matte. But I wonder also how long, it actually showed up in my Facebook feed today. Somebody it was a picture of this lady on her driveway, and she had like 30 mats out that had like funny sayings on them. And she evidently, some people use paint, like they use their Cricut and do a stencil with it, and then just spray paint it.
That's what Dave says. He makes a stencil and then he uses Flexi Seal.
Yeah, and that was the other thing is people were like, yeah, that Flex Seal stuff is what people spray on it too. I wonder how that would last.
I bet you it'd last longer than engraving it.
You think so? But I wonder if it would mess up the texture of the mat.
Well, it's going to rubberize it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. But it'd be pretty cool.
I looked into this a few years back. I'm doing stuff like this. The only downfall is it does wear off relatively quickly.
Wow.
It lasts longer than the material itself, is what Dave's saying.
Oh, interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Seems like there could be some cool tests to be done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there it is with their door hanger. And just looked neat. That was pretty cool. So, yeah. Anyway, I thought it was fun. Well, we got anything else in there? I think was there one more?
That was it.
Man, we rolled through them. That's not bad.
Earl was saying on the CNCs, those big ones.
Yeah.
They cut out a 5 foot by 15 foot by 40-inch deep for the footer in solid concrete and rebar to set one of them.
Wow.
Well, that's
Man,
almost like Cody. He had to do all the floor work for his machines.
I, I wonder how much they weigh. Like that's you can put a car lift in your garage
Mhm.
with a 4 or 5 inch slab. So you can put 6,000 pounds on 2 spots, and you don't have to do any kind of crazy reinforcement like that. But wow, that's wild for that big ass machine.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Pretty awesome. Fun stuff. Oh well, I didn't have a now for something different video, but I think the drama of this week is or this week's show is enough. And just so you know, here in this hotel room, there's no smoking, no vaping, and definitely no weed. And no
You're out of luck.
Yeah,
No. It isn't that there isn't smoking. It just costs $200.
yeah, two
Oh,
hundred $50.
Oh, 250. I'm sorry. It costs 250 to smoke.
oh, there you go.
I mean, if you're gonna do it once, you might as well do it
Go,
constantly.
go
Yeah.
for broke.
It's just a $250 extra if you want to change it into a smoking room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no thanks. Craziness. Well, do we have any other questions or comments out in the chat that that will slam you nice and?
Let's see. Harry has a. Let's see. They have a doormat. His wife did a stencil with a circuit. Okay, and they used black spray paint.
Nice.
That works.
You know what we didn't talk about yet
Hmm.
was the new Bambu leaks that have come out.
Yep.
Oh,
So, yeah. So the Bambu H2D is coming, and evidently from what I watched Functional Print Friday today, and he's in the video. At the end of the video, he says that he just got some notification of something being sent to him from Bambu. I'm assuming it's one of the H2Ds. So I think they're starting to send them out to the
creators.
the people that they like, which is not me or anybody else on this show. But um, yeah, so I think in the next week we're going to start seeing some more information on them. They've been showing a little bits of little tidbits on their website. I think there's supposed to be another bit of it coming out today, but I didn't see what it was. But I think it was at the 25th. Is the unveiling of it altogether. But stuff's been leaked, as supposedly.
Well, they showed a photo, or kind of a photo of it from far away with the dual extrusion, and it's going to be 300 by 300.
Yeah.
So not much bigger. Dual headed, and the big leak is they're putting a laser in it.
Yeah, you can get the laser, a 10 or a 40-watt laser diode laser module for it. I don't understand. That doesn't
I
make
wouldn't
sense.
do that. I personally.
Why would you want that mess inside of a 3D printer
Oh,
enclosure? I think that's a disaster.
Yeah, all that smoke and soot.
Yeah.
yeah. And it's
I don't agree with that at all. I think that's ludicrous. What else? In the screenshots that have been sent out, I think they also said something about like a kind of like a Cricut, like the cutter, final cutter type thing, the attachment, the laser attachments, and there was something else too.
Lots of cameras.
Yeah, it's got like 4 or 5 cameras on it.
Yeah, and they're 1080p. They're actually good cameras if the leaks are true.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't know why I didn't think of it earlier. Talking about cameras and printers and stuff. I just picked up the Elegoo. The Saturn IV Ultra.
Yeah. Oh,
resin
nice.
printer. That thing, I don't have any. Well, actually, I got that little guy.
Oh, cool.
But I mean, all my other prints are at the show. But I mean, it literally looks like injected molded print.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
it
wow.
literally no lines whatsoever,
Jeez.
just smooth as can be. Yeah, I'm loving this one.
Very cool.
Oh, and there's a new AMS,
Yeah, well, it
Oh,
sounded like there's two different new AMSs.
a heated one for, it sounds like it's only going to get up to, to do normal filaments, and then another one that's going to be able to do your more exotic. It's going to get hotter.
oh,
And then I think they said you can get up to, with the dual extruders, you can get up to 25 different colors.
Wow,
Change out to 25 colors.
that's wild.
And that's with running all the AMSs through one, and then running a single like TP or something, or whatever, a support filament through the other one on the single.
Wow.
Sometimes 4 colors confuse me. I can't imagine 25.
Yeah, right? Man, oof, that would be crazy.
Oh,
The
and go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
It was also to say the new hot end. The other part of the leak was that the new hot end will be compatible on the A1. You just have to change out some
Yeah,
of the silicone parts.
Yeah.
hmm.
Yeah, I
right.
think it said something about how you can use the new hot end on the A1, but you can't use an A1 hot end on the new one.
Right.
And
Right.
it looks to me like the way that they have the nozzles, in the photo they're cantered off like this. So I'm wondering if they switch like this
Uh,
to print. It doesn't. I mean, from the photo that they showed of the head design, that's kind of what I'm assuming they're doing. Because I don't think you would want to print like at an angle like that all the time. But maybe with the 45-degree bed printers, um, the belt printer, that's how they print. So maybe it doesn't affect it or something. But I would kind of think it would. So I'm thinking that it switches left and right for the different. Pretty sweet though.
See if I can find the photo of it again.
Yeah.
But we'll see. 3 days.
It's going to be over $2,000 easy. I mean, this thing, especially with the laser module and all that, I think you're looking at least $2,500.
Well, they are saying there's going to, or in the leak, it says there will be the non-laser and laser version. So you can buy it without a laser, which I'm sure like 99% of the people are going to buy without a laser.
Oh yeah. Well, you're going to get some people. I got the laser one. Yeah, and then they're going to start complaining that none of their prints stick to the beds anymore, and everything's a mess. If all those leaks and stuff are true, that's a miss. And I think that will be not good for them. But that's my opinion. But I'm not Bambu, so whatever. Maybe they've tested it and they think it's good to go.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, Mr. Corliss, you got. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
So it looks like it's actually going to move up and down.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a different shot than what I've seen. Huh. Interesting.
But we'll see, because these are all leaks.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll find out. Mr. Corliss, you got anything else for us this week?
Got nothing.
All right. Well, thanks for joining in on the shit show.
Hey, my pleasure. I've been,
It keeps it interesting, if nothing else.
it does. It does. It's been an interesting show. It shows that what you can do in the face of adversity.
Make it work.
Make it work.
We do what we got to do.
if you need it, I got an extra HDMI cable here.
Yeah, let me borrow that real quick. Borrow that real quick. No. What about you, Mr. Klondike? Anything else from you?
I'm just hanging out at the show. Tomorrow's the last day. If you're in Des Moines, stop out by, say hi. Other than that, give the ones you love a big old hug.
There you are.
Be kind.
Mr. Ammerquist, anything from you, sir?
Have fun, be nice, throw on some skates, and hope you don't fall.
There you go. This big man does not get on any kind of skates. I don't have the ankles for that shit. Not a chance. So, all right, party people. Well, I do have. I'm down to still 7% on the iPad, so that's good. But we're going to go ahead and shut her down for the night, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully, we'll back to somewhat normal and all the computer equipment connected like it's supposed to be. So, peace out, and we'll see you next week. See ya.